shit. Great start, Steph. Don't mind me. Just fell on the Reese's cup. It's okay. I hope anyway. Apologies for this being a pretty lame backdrop. In my defense, that does say Stay Nutty. I hope the light's okay. Oh god, now I've looked in that, I'm completely blinded. I didn't even intro.
Only be here for you.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Nuttyfoodiefitness here. I just felt I had to make this video, you know, I had the urge. Just wanted to say kind of what was on my mind and talk to you guys a little bit about something that I feel is quite important. I feel that a lot of people struggle with this. Anyway, what sparked this video was a couple of days ago I was at my gym chatting to one of the trainers there, and he happened to mention that his girlfriend made him block me on Instagram. Don't worry, before anyone wonders, there's none of that DM sliding business, none of that. Now, I know this person doesn't have an issue with me personally. These things are always a reflection of somebody else, how they feel within themselves. And so I wanted to make this video to anyone that feels that, you know, they're scrolling through Instagram and they're feeling shit because they're seeing other people, they're comparing themselves to that person, they're wondering why their body isn't like that person's, their height, their weight, their bone structure. They're comparing themselves and they're questioning, and they are beating themselves up by comparing themselves. The whole Instagram subject, it got me thinking, you know, yes, I have an account where I happen to post a lot of pretty, I wouldn't say naked, I'd say, you know, I'm just kind of wearing a sports bra and leggings in most of my photos in a bikini. I've never actually posted any photos in underwear, but I know that basically bikinis and underwear is pretty much the same thing, even though like it's not viewed as the same thing, but you know what I mean. I've got a lot of flesh showing in photos. An outsider would look at my account and think, this person is all about herself, she's self-absorbed, she just takes photos of herself. And the thing is, when I made my Instagram account, I never made it to try to be better than anybody else. My photos that I post are not to try and outdo anybody. I'm not posting myself to appear to be any better than anybody else. Like, I don't want my account to be one where, you know, that you would feel inferior by following me. And I'm aware that Instagram is a powerful thing. The posts that I make are not to outdo anybody. I want to be great, but at the same time, I don't want you to be any less great to make me appear greater. I want us both to be great. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people miss. A lot of people are out there to try and look like they're above somebody else. I have no interest whatsoever in being better than anybody except for outdoing myself. I'm not comparing or battling or competing against anybody but myself. And so when that happened, I felt a little bit like I'd let you guys down, because my account isn't to bring anybody down. You know, I want to make it, but I want you guys to make it too. Like, I don't need to trample on anybody in order to get to the top. Like, I'm going up, but I'm also going to pull you up with me. I've had a very long day at work. I look a little bit on the unfresh side, but this is about confidence. Here I am, this is me. I did actually do a poll on Instagram, not a poll. I asked you guys to send me questions to do with like confidence and basically everything related to this kind of subject. And I have gotten a lot of questions, so I'm gonna try and kind of answer them in this video. They are pretty similar. I feel like it all stems around the same kind of subject. I had a lot of questions where people had asked me, how long did it take for me to, I wrote them on my laptop by the way, how long did it take you to accept your body? Now, not to say this in like a patronizing way, I'm someone that has never had to kind of overcome it. I know for a lot of people, they've had to go through a lot in order to get to a place where they are happy with the way that they look, and I feel that I've personally not had to really overcome this, and I think it's all because I have always accepted that this is me, this is who I am, and I can't really change that. Yeah, I can work on bettering myself, but essentially this is me, so there's no point comparing myself to anybody else. Like, if I was, I'd think, I wish my hips were wider, you know, like, I just don't see the point in comparing your like bone structure, your physique, you know, everything, because this is who we are. We can't really change that. It's not to say that I think I'm like the most attractive person and that, you know, there's nothing I wouldn't change about myself. Like, when I was younger, I wanted more than anything to have green eyes. I know it sounds stupid, but like my entire Spanish side of the family has the most beautiful green eyes, and obviously mine are brown, and I wanted nothing more but to have green eyes. And I would stare at the sun to try and make my eyes go lighter in order for them to magically transform to green. Obviously that didn't happen, but you know, aside from that, I can accept that this is who I am. And you know what, I did whether to answer this, because sometimes you're shunned for having confidence. Nowadays, you're praised for going through a transformation from like, this is where I started and this is where I am now. But it's like, if accepting yourself came easy, then suddenly like self-esteem is confused with arrogance and, I don't know, being vain, and I just don't think that's the case. I feel that we should praise each other for having confidence. How do I stop myself talking negatively about myself? Firstly, there's enough people that will tell you what you are bad at, what you should change about yourself, what they find annoying about you. There is enough negativity that you do not need to add to that. How do I accept my flaws? My friend, that is the wrong question. You know how they say no question is a wrong question? Well, I feel that that question is wrong. You're wrong in stating flaws. Flaws is the wrong way to describe our differences. Differences that make us human. What people call imperfections, I just call them the thing that makes you unique. This is me bearing my insecurities. You probably have no clue whatsoever about what I am talking about right now. I got a question that said, what is your biggest insecurity? I'd say the one thing that I have ever been insecure about pretty much my whole life is the fact that I am super hairy. I've said it, now I feel vulnerable. But there you go, that's mine. Yeah, everybody has their own insecurities. Something that somebody is like so paranoid about and like really bothers them. To anybody else, they've probably never even realized or noticed that. And this is one of the reasons that I wanted to make this video. A lot of people spend way too much energy thinking about what other people think about them, instead of just focusing on themselves. They care a lot about what other people would think if they do a certain thing, or how they'll appear. Feel too insecure to go to the gym and train because they're too worried about what the person next to them is gonna think when they're doing that certain exercise that makes them look just a little bit strange. I mean, I do hip thrusts on the leg extension machine. Try and picture that. It's a very weird sight. But what people don't seem to realize is that nobody cares. You might think that people are looking at you and judging you, but they're not. And a lot of people are holding back on things because they are so worked up about what other people think about them. And in reality, you should really not think twice about how you're going to appear to a complete stranger, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna make this really, really quick. Don't compare yourself to anybody else because you are unique. Nobody is the same. Always remember, there is absolutely nobody that is better at being you than yourself. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and stay nutty, my friends.
Only be here for you. I can't be your hero for you. I can only be here for love yourself and the rest will follow.